Okay, so I'm going to evaluate another limit with you, and this one is going to give us indeterminate again, but what we're going to do to simplify it so that we can direct substitute is we're going to get a common denominator. So if we direct substitute, you should see that the numerator is 1/5 minus 1/5, which is 0, and then the denominator is 2 minus 2, which is also 0. So we know we need to get rid of that x minus 2 factor. I'm going to apologize ahead of time again, because now the two dogs are playing and they're probably going to bark at each other. So we'll do our best here and pause if we need to. So I've got the limit as x goes to 2, and now my common denominator is going to be just the product of the two denominators, so multiply them together, but don't actually multiply them, okay? So just show that they're being multiplied. So here's what we're going to get. The common denominator is going to be 5 times x plus 3. So it'll be 5 times x plus 3 for this denominator, and then 5 times x plus 3 for this denominator. So I multiplied the first denominator by 5, so I have to do the same thing to the numerator. And I multiplied the second denominator by x plus 3, so I have to do the same thing to the numerator. And then my other denominator I didn't touch, so we just leave it as x minus 2. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to simplify everything. Be really careful though with the numerator because of the subtraction. Remember that you have to distribute that to both terms, so put parentheses around it when you put the minus. So it'll be 5 minus quantity x plus 3 over 5 times x plus 3 over x minus 2. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to simplify the numerator. So I'm going to go up here with that. Hopefully it'll fit. The limit as x goes to 2 of 5 minus x minus 3, be careful right there, divided by 5 times x plus 3, and then my last denominator, x minus 2. Okay, so now the numerator simplifies to kind of the limit as x goes to 2 of negative x plus 2 over 5 times x plus 3 over x minus 2. Now we know that if we want to direct substitute in the 2, then we have to get rid of the factor x minus 2. So what I need to do is I need to rewrite that expression on the top so that it's x minus 2. And to do that, we're going to have to factor out that leading negative, and then we'll be able to cancel it. So let me get a bunch of this out of the way so that we can do that. So I'm going to go ahead and factor the negative out of the numerator. So it's going to be the limit as x goes to 2, and then here, watch, negative x minus 2. That's the same thing as negative x plus 2. I'm just factoring out the negative. And then what I'm going to do here while I did that is I'm going to copy, change, flip. So you copy the numerator, you change the division to multiplication, and you flip the denominator. So this is copy, change, and then the denominator is really over 1, like that. So what I'll do is I'll do this, 1 over x minus 2, and now I can cancel these x minus 2's. So now I have the limit as x goes to 2 of negative 1 over 5 times x plus 3. And now that I removed the discontinuity, I can direct substitute. So my final answer, sorry, I had to pause there because they were fighting. My final answer is, I don't need to write the word limit again, sorry about that. My final answer is negative 1 over, and if I substitute into, I'm going to get 5 right there. So 5 times 5, and my final answer is negative 1 over 25.